Do you talk freely about your finances? Or is money a taboo subject in your family? Do you know your financial position at any given time? Or do you hope and pray you'll safely make it to month end? If you want to end this financial roller coaster ride, stay tuned. Did you know 97% of the population perceives money as the #1 taboo topic in a family? Yes, 97% of people choose to never speak publicly about their financial situation. People tend to hide what they earn from even their closest family members. For many, ignorance about their bank affairs is bliss, out of sight, out of mind. Yet most people ignore their results, cross their hearts, and hope to get out of debt someday. Hi there, I am ATTAIN. What in the world can I do for you today? I'm a success coach and director of Paradigm Life Coaching. I'm also associated with the Proctor Institute, and I help people streamline their success path radically. You may want to pay close attention during today's visit if you want to increase your income, or if you are aware of an income plateau holding you in bondage, or if you have a poor relationship with money and want to know how to improve it. This lesson is probably not for you if you are content with your current financial status or are unwilling to take the actions required to make the necessary adjustments. Ever since Asia manufactured the first coin around 700 BC, money became a thing. Mostly a thing people never have enough of. Since that time, the poor sugar-coated poverty and made living in poverty out to be something noble, as they struggled to cope with the endless scarcity and shortage they faced. Over time, the sugar-coated money myths were passed on from one generation to another, thus keeping generation after generation in poverty. To this day, many parents raise children with the idea money is the root of all evil. Money tears families apart. Good people are poor. Rich people are thugs. If your well-meaning parents raised you with the same money myths they grew up with, you probably are struggling financially as much as they did. Perhaps you try to compensate for this shortage by holding more than one job or having several side hustles. Maybe you try to overcome poverty by getting several college degrees behind your name. Still, the financial struggle never seems to end. You work harder and harder to get ahead and stay ahead, and when you think business is finally booming, your bottom line shrinks right back to where it was. If this is you, you are probably being held hostage by limiting money beliefs. If you subconsciously harbor limiting money beliefs, your financial results will always reset itself to where it was programmed at by your parents, your environment, and your own perceptions. The good news is, it is possible to improve negative money paradigms. It will not happen overnight though, but it can be done. The first step to get your money paradigm in shape is to acknowledge you have a money problem. The second step is to understand the need for change and the willingness to do whatever it takes to reprogram your mind. The third step is to start building a positive relationship with money. Here are a few truths I want you to understand about money today. Money isn't good or bad. It just is. Money is energy. We decide whether money is good energy or bad energy by choosing how we perceive money and wealth. Money is the harvest we receive for producing goods, selling a service, or an idea to others. Money is important. It buys shelter, clothes, food, medicine, electricity, and water. Money brings happiness. It provides enjoyment, exotic trips, education, cars, beautiful homes. Money buys birthday gifts and pays for beautiful wedding ceremonies. Money doesn't flow from your employer or business. It flows through your employer or company. And herein lies a vast truth. And the universe doesn't decide who gets rich and who stays poor. We do, by how we think, we feel, and act. Why not start right where you are to build a great relationship with money? Why not make money your friend, as we can do so much good with money in the world? Just think about the following for a moment. How have you treated money up to now? If you are like most people, you probably ignored it, never spoke about it, always complained about how little you have of it and how expensive life is and how lucky the Joneses are. Perhaps you paid little to no attention to money, but still you expect money to show up in your bank account in all its glory? Would a friend stick around if you treated them like that? No, they certainly won't. So why would money energy stick around if it feels unwelcome? Did you expect money for nothing? Money is the harvest we reap for services rendered. Did you offer enough service? Did you sell enough ideas or products to expect a large harvest? Why not make improvements to the product or service you offer so you can rightfully expect a more generous yield? Do you appreciate money and the things you buy with it? If you mostly neglect it to be grateful for your buying power, you don't have much reason to be hostile toward money and riches. Gratitude is the secret sauce that makes a massive difference in what shows up in our lives. Just think how you feel when you gave someone a special gift, but then they showed no gratitude toward you. It feels awful, right? If you would like to make a quantum leap that shatters your old money paradigms, you must develop prosperity consciousness. To discover some ideas on becoming prosperity conscious, you may download my free 5 Ways to Become Prosperity Conscious guide. I shall post the link in the description below. The guide suggests 5 things you can do to program yourself for greater prosperity awareness. Here is what I want you to remember about today's video. Money is not good or bad. It just is. Money is energy, and it flows through your business and employer, not from it. Money is the harvest you receive for services rendered. Money goes where it is welcomed, and it stays where it is appreciated. The universe doesn't decide who gets rich and who stays poor. We do. We do that by the way we think, the way we feel and act. Today, I directed my video toward anyone who wants to increase their income and are aware of an income plateau holding them in bondage. If you want to get into the flow and break the generational struggle with poverty and lack, you must sort out your relationship with money once and for all. You may well be the one in your family who finally breaks the poverty curse on behalf of the generations to come. So do it. Ask yourself this question. If you do not heal your relationship with money now, then when? Please like and share this video with anyone you think may benefit from it, as I am eager to serve you in the best possible way. Also remember to download your free 5 Ways to Become Prosperity Conscious guide. Well, this is all from me for now. Blessings to you all. I am Alta now. Don't forget to let me know what in the world I can do for you today.